schaduw.
Ja.
Daarna heb je een hele goede sessie.
Ja, dat is wel een gaat.
Moeten we allemaal een beetje opschuiven?
Ja, als jullie allemaal niet
Zo? Met je aan of op? Eerst met je af. Naar wie moet je kijken?
Nee, iets naar rechts. Nee, een meisje voor. Ja.
Ik? Ja. Ik heb ze maar. Ik wil luisteren. Ja. Alles. Ja. Ja? Goed. Een mooie. Nou, je moet er.
Right up, to the left or to the right, unless you don't want to have it also. Right, straight up is best. Okay.
Wie telt het?
One, two,
Everybody found a seat? Good. Dear candidates, dear parents, grandparents, family and friends of our candidates, on behalf of Maastricht University and particularly on behalf of the Faculty of Health, Medicine and Life Sciences, I would like to welcome you here in the St. Jan's Church to this very special meeting of the Board of Examiners. And of course, for all of those who cannot be physically present, I would like to welcome everybody who zoomed in or who logged in online and is following us through the live stream. My name is Tanja Adam. I'm the Vice Chair of the Board of Examiners. This session is organized in the St. Jan's Church. The church is more than 800 years old. And since 1632, it's the Protestant church in Maastricht. And we're very grateful to the Reformed Council that we can use this unique and particularly festive location for this graduation ceremony. Today, 39 students will graduate from the Master of Health Education and Promotion, one of which will graduate cum laude. And I would like to introduce and welcome the two ladies to my right. To the very right, this is Dr. Francine Schneider, who was the overall program coordinator for this master program, and I believe most of you actually experienced as the coordinator. And I would like to also welcome and introduce Dr. Sanne Gerards. She's the new coordinator of the master program. And since this is an official ceremony, I would like to start it officially with the gavel. And then I would like to first give the floor to Francine Schneider, who will start the ceremony with a welcome note.
Dear student, I'm going to use paper. You're not used that I do that, but there's a lot I have to say, so I have to use my paper. First of all, I would like to welcome you, our dearest HEP students. Welcome to the last official meeting of the program that we will be having together. And in addition, I would also like to welcome all parents, all relatives, all boyfriends, girlfriends, anything else, friends, peers, everybody that is here together to celebrate. It's nice to meet you all. I know the students, but I don't know all the family members, so it's nice to meet you, and it's also really nice to welcome you in, indeed, as Tanya mentioned, this beautiful location, which is a little bit more cozy, I think, than the campus that you are used to. But to start with you, students, I must honestly say that I was a little nervous for this speech, even though speaking to you is not new to me, and it is something that I got quite comfortable with over the past year and years as the coordinator of this program. Words cannot describe how happy I am to see all of you in person in one location, because this is new to us, I think, most of the time. And it's really nice that we are here physically present. There are some people following the live stream, but the students that are receiving their certificate today, they are here in person. And it's really nice to celebrate this milestone with you. And when I look back, what a ride it has been for us as a group. And it's impossible, I was thinking about not doing it, but it is impossible to give a speech like this without mentioning the C word, the COVID word. Because a lot of negative aspects of this crisis have been mentioned and will be mentioned in the future, not only on a global level, but also on a national level, but also especially on the micro level of the program that we shared together. And at this micro level, I think we have experienced some challenges together. And first of all, I think it makes me sad that you never got the full Maastricht experience. We did our best, but due to the limited campus access and also the amount of teaching that we still have to offer online due to the limitations that were in place. And as a result, there were fewer chances to interact with you as students, but also together with the great HEP team that we have, both for formal but also those informal encounters, which are also really important. I'm happy that we were able to pitch in some drinks at the end, but some of the interactions were still online. And secondly, I think just as in society, this year especially, when you look at the entire COVID period, I think we will also face with sometimes conflicting individual needs and wishes at the program level. Where some of you had a strong desire to loosen the rules, some were more comfortable with these rules because it made them feel more safe. And even though all the needs that you had were genuine and important to me at an individual level, at a program level, that sometimes meant that we had to reach consensus, which is the thing that we Dutch are really good at. We are always trying to find a solution, always trying to find a middle ground. But I must honestly say that it was not easy. It was not easy for you, but it was especially also not easy for me, but also for the entire team. And as a result, there was always a solution during the year. But I'm also really aware that this solution was not always the most optimal solution for you at an individual level. And I understand that it was difficult to accept sometimes and it was challenging, but I really hope that you see that we always try to do this with the best intentions and also with the aim to respect everybody's opinions. And hold on to everybody's opinions, because I will come back to that later, because I think it's at the core of our field. But first of all, I want to stress, it might feel now that my speech is getting a negative tone, like the year that we shared together was suboptimal in some kind of way. But of course, we all reflected on that. I think you did as well. And I can honestly say that it wasn't a bad year at all. It was actually not a lost year, it was a great year. And why, you might wonder, and I can also explain that. Firstly, even though I think we were sometimes distanced from each other, some were present online, sometimes we were lucky to be present all of the time. And in that mix of encounters, I think we were able, I think, to build a HEP community together. We got to know each other, and in addition, I think we were very impressed by your performances, your output in those challenging times, your results, and also all the vivid discussions that we shared. I think we discussed a lot this year, which was also nice because I think COVID also offered us a context to discuss a lot. And I think I'm proud, but also really grateful for your flexibility, the resilience that you have as students, your positive attitudes, which were there all the time, which is for us really nice, but also your persistence to make this a good year. And I can honestly say for that, but also for many other reasons, I think you're a very special group of students. And in addition to that, so in addition to the community that we had, I think on a personal level, coordinating the HEP Master is the best job in the world. I can also tell you that, and Sanne can now experience that. But not only due to the great students we have, but also due to the great team of HEP coordinators, tutors, trainers, and teachers we have. So on a personal level, I think I look back at a challenging but very successful, great, challenging, exciting year. But I also want to take it out of the micro level and go up higher, maybe to the meso, but also the macro level, I think. This was not a good year for you only and for me and our team on a personal note. Not at all. I think it was also really a good year for our field of health promotion. And let me explain that. I think the crisis and everything that has happened in the last few years, hopefully, it made clear to everybody what we already know. I think health in the broadest sense is important. And therefore, the world really needs people like you. Because you are a very talented group of people. I've seen that, I've experienced that. And you know how to understand health behavior. You know why people do all the things they do, which sometimes are healthy, sometimes are unhealthy, sometimes might need improvement. But I think really important, and I think this also links to what I mentioned at the program level, I really hope that we all know that all people have their reasons to behave. They all have their reasons to engage in certain actions. And these reasons are never good or bad or true or false. They are simply personal. And I think it's always important that they are respected and that they are understood. And I hope that you now know how to do that. In addition to that, I think you also know how you can assist people in changing their behavior. By stimulating them on an individual level if they wish to, making it easier for them to make certain changes, but also, really important, by creating healthy environments and policies. And moreover, I think you also know how to make all these changes sustainable over time, so that all effort that we engage in is not wasted. And even important, I think most important also, is that you also know how to reflect, critically reflect, I think, on the boundaries of our field, which have also been proven to be important to consider and to discuss and think about. So to conclude, even though it was and always will be a strange year, I hope that you have learned a lot, that you have enjoyed your time in Maastricht, in our program, in our university, and I really hope that you leave us with a sound base of knowledge. This is something I can guarantee that you have that. Perfect skills, but also with the ability to think in a scientific, critical, but also creative way, which is needed as well. But also with a strong network of fellow alumni, which are surrounding you at the moment, but also with good memories. But above all, I really hope that you leave happy and satisfied, and also with a passion for our field, because I think our field needs that at the moment. At this point, I think our job is done. And it's up to you right now. So when I look at you, looking all festively dressed, which is also always nice to see, then I still think about the development that you went through. I can still remember that first Friday that we had, that first Tuesday, the first week, and it's amazing to see the development you went through. And I can honestly say that I'm proud of you, of the work that you have delivered, on how much you've grown. I think also for a lot of you on a personal level, and on what you have achieved. So I'm more than convinced that you will do a perfect job and will be the best ambassadors for our field. And to keep it short, I will finish, of course, with a final word, which is, of course, congratulations. Congratulations, my dearest students. I wish you the best day today. Be sure to celebrate like crazy this milestone with all the family and friends that are here, because it is actually a milestone. And small things, big things, everything should be celebrated. So be sure to do that. Good luck, and I wish you all the best for your futures, and a big applause for you.
Thank you, Francine, for that inspiring speech, energetic speech. Very nice. We will continue now with the actual graduation. And before we do that, I'm going to explain the procedure a little bit to you. So we're all aware of the COVID situation. We discussed that a little bit beforehand. How do we want to do this? And we decided that we leave it completely up to you. So do whatever you want to do when you receive your diploma, when you receive your rose and you pass Dr. Gerards and Dr. Schneider. So if you want to shake our hands, we're not going to pull our hands back for sure. If you don't want to do that and you feel uncomfortable with that, that is completely fine, and that doesn't make any change in terms of your diploma or your achievement today. So do whatever you feel the most comfortable with, and we can be spontaneous, and I experienced that yesterday, and that usually runs very natural. So whatever you do is fine. So I will call the names of the candidates, and I will call the names in alphabetical order, so then you know already approximately where you're going to be called. And I will hand out the certificate to you, and then you're going to pass Dr. Gerards and Dr. Schneider, and you're going to receive a rose from Dr. Schneider. And then our photographer is going to take an individual picture of you with your certificate, like, you know, in the right corner there. Yeah, and then you can go back to your seat. Okay. So then I would like to start with our first candidate, and that is Eva Albers. Our next candidate is Alia Alhamdi. Then Mika Armstrong. Juliana Bakker. Cum laude graduated Floor Bartels. Pia Bertovic. Katinka Blom. Jeske Baumann. Laura Brauers. Sophie Dobrev. Chloe Dresen. Emily Drechsel. Lieke van den Einde. Lisa Albertson. Linda Förster. Nina Hassler. Maartje Heijmans. Louis Hoogstenbach. Julia Kapteins. Brechtje Kloeg. Now we're going to have a short intermezzo, and Dr. Gerards is going to address our students, our candidates, our new masters. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear all, so this is the moment that I should not call you students, but graduates. So that's what I'm going to do. Dear HEP graduates, or dear colleagues, what a wonderful day it is, the moment that you receive your diploma. You already heard from Francine that it is a very special moment to us, so I speak here on behalf of the whole HEP team. As Francine looked back to you on the year, I would like to look to the future and take some time to reflect on why you are so relevant as HEP professionals. Luckily, our field is growing. And although not everyone is aware of that fact, that is a very positive thing. As health promotion professionals, you will start working on a broad range of health-related topics. I will mention some, so that everyone in the room gets an idea on where we are talking about. Topics are smoking, physical activity, nutrition, condom use, mental health, sexual health, vaccinations, shared decision-making, sleep behavior, etc. In our master program, you learned everything about planned health promotion. You learned how to explain behavior, so what is the reason why people behave in a certain way? Think of knowledge, attitude, skills, and self-efficacy, and how to change behavior. Which method can change these factors? Think of nudging and modeling. You learned how to review literature and how to conduct a systematic review and write an advisory report on it. You learned how to develop an intervention, how to implement and evaluate an intervention, and how to take a broader perspective and help your behavior change. And as a cherry on the cake, you all wrote your own scientific article on a relevant health promotion topic. Although, of course, your jobs will be different, I think that many of you already will start working, or maybe you already work, on the development, adaptation, implementation, and evaluation of health promotion interventions in order to improve people's health. That will be increasingly challenging over time, since the health problems are increasingly complex. Complex problems are not solved by one clear solution. We need multi-component interventions for that, involving multiple settings. As an example, 30 years ago, we were still convinced of the fact that we could solve the obesity epidemic by changing diets and offering exercise program. Now we are more and more aware of the fact that more sustainable solutions are needed. In order to do so, you need to be aware of the context. Working context-dependent is key. And it's also good to involve systems thinking and to include the idea of complexity in your approach. Health promotion professionals like you are needed because you are the linking pins. You are able to connect the social and care domain with each other because you are able to understand both languages. That's another key characteristics that will be more and more necessary in our field, working interdisciplinary. That is necessary also, for example, to bridge the health gap between higher and lower educated persons. And a final theme, which will be more and more important, is working according to the Sustainable Developmental Goals. These goals are key for health promotion professionals, since they are almost all related to health, and the only way to reach them is via behavior change. But now it's time to celebrate. You did it, and we are so proud of you. And of course, you also should be very proud of yourself. Congratulations to you, to all the family members and friends who are here. And I really hope that you enjoy this day. And we also hope that we can stay in touch with you.
Thank you, Sanne. And then we continue with the ceremony with Carlien Kruijvel. Judith Kruidwaren. Els de Lange. Vera Leino. You brought your fan club. Robin de Lau. Deitre Meulenbroeks. Nick van der Molen. Anne Meulenburg. Lea Nassenstein. Eline Nauter.
Thank you again.
Anouk van Ool. Dominique Pau. Clara Pfeiffer. Rebecca Riedel. Nova Taminga. Marloes Verbeek. Lisa Verspeek. Fiona Vossen. van der Wegen. So we have almost come to the end of the session, which we're closing with 39 new masters. But before we close, I have a few more important points. Last assignment for all of you. Although we checked the information with great care in your folders, it's always possible that there's an error in your name, in a grade, or that there are attachments that are missing. So if that is the case, then please contact the Board of Examiners in about 3 weeks. A link to the pictures that were taken today will be sent to your email by the alumni office. And then I can say that it was a great pleasure for me to be one of the first ones to congratulate you with your new master. And from this place, I most certainly would like to include all parents and grandparents, family and friends in the congratulations. And I can imagine that you're very eager to congratulate your son, daughter, friend, yourself. And for that, I would like to invite you to the Grand Café Soiron at the Freithof, and you will find vouchers in your folders for drinks. And do all of you know where the Café Soiron is? No? It's like, you know, if you walk out this door right here, then you make a right turn towards the Freithof, and it's the building on the corner, a red building on the corner. So that, you know, should be relatively easy to find. Then when you walk out, I just want to give some instructions for the walkout. Please let the graduates or the masters walk out first through this door. And then this side of the church here can follow through this door, and this side of the church can walk out through the door in the middle here. So this is the end of this meeting. Thank you all very much for your presence, and I wish you a wonderful day. You can be really proud of your achievement. I hope you celebrate. And since I opened the meeting officially with the gavel, I'm also going to close it officially with the gavel. Congratulations.